Discovering God through creation and Christ. There is no question more significant or far-reaching than the question of whether God exists. This question has captured the minds of thinkers for centuries and carries deep implications for every human life. Mortimer Adler observed that more authors in the great books tradition have written on the subject of God than on any other idea, precisely because so much, our beliefs, behaviors, morality, and purpose, hinges on the answer. While it is important to acknowledge that God's existence cannot be proven by the scientific method, it must also be noted that many real and historical truths, such as the life of Napoleon or the crucifixion of Jesus, likewise fall outside the bounds of scientific proof. The scientific method is limited to repeatable, measurable phenomena. Abstract concepts such as love, justice, and morality are also not measurable in a lab, yet no reasonable person denies their reality. Demanding that God be proven scientifically misunderstands both the nature of science and the nature of God. Despite the limits of science, there is a remarkable consistency across cultures and eras in belief in a divine being. Anthropological studies have revealed that even among the most remote and primitive societies, there exists a belief in one supreme creator. This challenges the once dominant theory that religion evolved from polytheism to monotheism. Instead, the evidence suggests that monotheism may have been the original religious view. While this does not prove God's existence, it highlights humanity's enduring and near-universal conviction that there is something beyond ourselves. The philosophical argument from cause and effect also points toward God. Everything that exists has a cause, and tracing the chain of causes backward ultimately leads to a first cause, or an uncaused cause, a necessary being. This line of reasoning leads logically to the concept of God as the ultimate origin. Similarly, the order and complexity of the universe strongly imply a designer. Just as no one would believe a wristwatch could come into being by accident, it is difficult to accept that the intricate design of the universe or the complexity of the human body occurred randomly. Renowned scientist Albert Einstein admitted a profound awe at the order of the universe, which he called a superior reasoning power that lies behind its design. The properties of water alone demonstrate a level of design that seems beyond the realm of chance. Its high specific heat, solvent capabilities, density changes, and role in regulating the Earth's climate are all fine-tuned for life. Scientists such as Bernard Ram and A. Rendell Short have pointed out that life as we know it would be impossible without water's unique characteristics. The Earth's size, position, and tilt are also precisely calibrated for life to exist. The improbability of life originating by chance is highlighted by mathematician Du Noüy, who calculated the chances of a single protein forming randomly as virtually nil. These factors suggest that our universe is not a cosmic accident, but rather a creation of intelligence and purpose. Nevertheless, many scientists resist these conclusions, not because the evidence is lacking, but because of philosophical bias. J.W.N. Sullivan admitted that though life seems to come only from life, scientists are reluctant to accept this because it implies a supernatural cause. This is a clear example of how disbelief in God can also be a faith position, rooted not in evidence, but in presuppositions. In this way, both belief and unbelief in God require a form of faith. Yet even if nature and reason point toward a creator, they cannot reveal fully who God is. Humans cannot, by their own intellect, comprehend the infinite. As the Book of Job asks, "Canst thou by searching find out God?" The answer is no, unless God takes the initiative to reveal himself. And according to the Christian faith, that is exactly what he has done. Throughout history, God has spoken through prophets and, most significantly, through Jesus Christ. Just as a human trying to communicate with ants would need to become an ant, God became man to make himself known. In Jesus, the abstract idea of God becomes personal and accessible. His life, death, and resurrection serve as the clearest and most compelling revelation of God's nature and intentions. Moreover, belief in God is not just a matter of intellectual assent but of transformative experience. Countless people testify to the profound change that occurs when they place their trust in Christ. One powerful example comes from the memoir Valley of the Kwai, where a group of brutalized prisoners in a Japanese POW camp experienced a radical transformation after engaging with the teachings of Jesus in the New Testament. What had been a community of selfishness and despair became one of love and mutual sacrifice. Such transformation, replicated in many lives across history and cultures, serves as a living testament to the reality of God's presence and power. In the end, the evidence from nature, philosophy, history, and human experience all converge to affirm that belief in God is both reasonable and compelling. While God may not be proven in the laboratory, He is revealed in creation, in human conscience, in the life of Jesus Christ, and in the transformed lives of those who know Him. The question, "Is there a God?" may never be answered by science alone, but it is answered every day in the lives of people who experience Him as real, knowable, and present.